Lumina and the Seven Friends. In a land of towering castles and whispering forests lived a kind princess named Lumina. Her heart was as pure as freshly fallen snow, and her laughter a melody. But her stepmother, Queen Umbra, was not so kind. Queen Umbra cared only for one thing, being the fairest in the land. Every morning, Queen Umbra would stand before her magical mirror and ask, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest of them all?" For many years the mirror replied, "You, my queen, are the fairest of them all." But one day, the mirror answered, "Princess Lumina is fairer than you." Filled with a cold, green envy, Queen Umbra commanded her loyal huntsman, "Take Lumina deep into the forest and ensure she never returns." But the huntsman, who knew Lumina's gentle spirit, could not harm her. Instead, he whispered, "Run, princess, run as fast as you can, and never look back." Lumina fled into the vast, unknown forest. The trees loomed like giants, and shadows danced around her. She walked and walked until her feet ached and the sun began to set. Just as despair began to creep in, she spotted a tiny wisp of smoke curling from a chimney. Following it, she found a peculiar little cottage. The cottage door was ajar, and Lumina peeked inside. It was a cozy place, but rather messy. There were 7 tiny chairs, 7 tiny plates, and 7 tiny beds, all covered in a fine layer of dust. Lumina, with her kind heart, decided to clean the cottage, hoping to find its owners and perhaps a safe place to rest. As dusk settled, the cottage's owners returned. They were 7 small, cheerful dwarves. Grumbles, who always had a frown. Sparkle, who loved all things shiny. Whimsy, a dreamer. Rumble, strong and loud. Flicker, quick and observant. Dozy, who loved to nap. And Chuckle, who laughed at everything. They were astonished to find their home spotless. Lumina, startled but relieved, explained her story to the 7 dwarfs. She told them about Queen Umbra and her long journey through the forest. The dwarves, after a quick huddle and much whispering, agreed. "You can stay here," said Rumble, "if you help us keep our home tidy and cook our meals." Lumina happily agreed. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months. Lumina lived happily with her new friends, the dwarves. She cooked delicious meals, kept the cottage sparkling clean, and filled their home with laughter and song. Far away, Queen Umbra, consumed by her vanity, once again asked her mirror, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest of them all?" And the mirror replied, "Lumina in the forest is still the fairest of them all." Enraged, Queen Umbra disguised herself as an old peddler woman, her face wrinkled and her voice raspy. She journeyed to the dwarf's cottage, carrying a basket of ripe, red apples. "Sweet apples for sale," she croaked. Lumina, peeking out the window, saw the old woman and, feeling a pang of pity, opened the door. "Try this one, my dear," said the peddler, offering a beautiful crimson apple. Lumina took a bite, and instantly she fell into a deep, silent sleep. The dwarves returned home to find Lumina still and silent, their hearts shattered. They placed her gently in a glass coffin, watching over her with sorrowful eyes. One day, a brave and kind prince named Sterling, who had heard tales of a beautiful princess in a deep sleep, arrived. He knelt beside Lumina and, with a heart full of hope, gave her a gentle kiss. Lumina's eyes fluttered open, and a soft smile touched her lips. The spell was broken. Queen Umbra's magic faded, and she was never seen again. Lumina and Prince Sterling, their hearts filled with joy, decided to live happily ever after. They often visited the little cottage in the forest, sharing stories and laughter with the 7 dwarfs who had become Lumina's dearest friends. And so, the 7 dwarfs, Grumbles, Sparkle, Whimsy, Rumble, Flicker, Dozy, and Chuckle, continued their happy lives in their tidy little cottage, always remembering the kind princess who had brought so much light and laughter into their home.